yeah, and I read your pitch deck and I looked at your website, and I know the market right now. I know what's out there. I've actually used the non-crypto equivalent of the meeting with celebrities that you mentioned in your pitch deck. I'm forgetting what it's called right now, but where you Cameo. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Cameo. So I definitely understand the appeal of getting to see your favorite celebrities and sort of own a little bit more of your fandom in a way that is monetizable, monetary. I guess I'll just go into my initial thoughts, and then you guys can ask me some questions. So from what I understand from what Fadia told me and what he wrote in the chat is that you guys are looking for feedback on the way your website is presented to users, and then as well as your pitch deck. So I will start with the pitch deck because that's what I looked at first. I think my first question for you, just by reading the pitch deck once through, is who is your audience for the pitch deck? I know at the very end you do have segments, but in an ideal world, who is the person what is the response you want to get when you send the pitch deck to people? Are you sending it to investors, to users, to celebrities, to whom?
This pitch deck is for investors.
It's for investors. Okay. I ask because, coming from a journalist perspective, coming from Cointelegraph before I joined CoinMarketCap, one of the things that I was taught to be wary of are big numbers that aren't related to the project. So the way that your pitch deck starts is with that really big number. I think it's like 100 or 45,000 million or something about all of the things that have been sold. But just looking at this now, I didn't see where that number came from, and it didn't have to do with your platform. So to me, again, this is as a journalist, not an investor, that would be like a ding ding, like this is a question I need to follow up on. I want to know their sources. I want to know why they're trying to wow me with these big numbers. So that might be just like one bit of advice is, I'm assuming not all of your investors are former journalists, but to start off with numbers about your actual platform as opposed to about the industry as a whole, or at least make it really clear what the numbers refer to and what you want investors to do with that information. The second thing about the beginning of the pitch deck is that the overall journey that I got was that, like I said, it caused me to question, who is this pitch deck for? Are you sending this to celebrities? Are you sending this to users? I think it might behoove you to create separate pitch decks for each type of audience that you want to receive, what you want their response to be. So for example, let me just pull it up on my computer. So for example, if you go to your pitch deck on the key benefits of joining our platform, which is on page 13 for me, that to me is actually one of the most important bits of the whole pitch deck. It shows exactly what the creators and celebrities can get. And then on the other hand, it shows what the fans and investors could get. And I'm not saying that you need to create entirely new pitch decks from scratch. I just think it might be useful as an exercise and then actually to use to sort of take these key benefits and split those out into these separate pitch decks as opposed to one that I couldn't tell who the audience was at the end of it. One of the pieces of advice that I use a lot when I am having my team create content products is I have them write out a press release of what they think, of what they want to happen. It's a strategy that I think Amazon uses. So like, for example, when we launched CoinMarketCap Alexandria, which is our educational content platform, I wrote a press release that said, you know, we're so excited. And this was before we even had an engineer. It was, we're so excited to have launched this platform. We're so excited that we have top authors from the best projects in the space. We're so excited the New York Times covered our launch. We're so excited that we have an entire glossary section, et cetera, sort of working backwards. And then when I had that sort of final reaction, what I imagined the public would want, that's when I worked backward on the product. And I think that could be an exercise for the pitch deck. Now, moving forward to some more sort of specific points. In terms of the language itself, I think you guys often are using passive voice instead of active voice, which is purely a grammar thing, but I think it could make the deck more exciting. Like example, if you look on page 4, let's see. It's sort of things like having launched, had done this, had raised. You know, you always want to put yourself in the active voice here. So like social tokens are becoming, it's too many words. That's on page, for me, page 3. Social tokens are becoming the latest trend. I would just say are the latest trend. The latest trend is social tokens, just sort of flipping the sentences around so that you're always packing a punch with each word. Let me see if I can find another example that I wrote down. Basically, you want to read through, and if ever you see that they had done something, they have been, they had done, etc., flip the sentence backwards. And make sure that you're always having an active voice. Passive voice is in English only really ever used for instruction guides, manuals, etc. So it just automatically makes the deck seem like a little bit more clinical. The next thing on page 5. I think that this turns back to the idea of who this pitch deck is for. To me, page 5, which is the page with Conor McGregor and his whiskey brand, it seems like it's pitching to a celebrity as opposed to an investor. I'm not sure what exactly I would recommend to change the tone here. What I wrote down was the steps are maybe a little bit too in depth for what an investor would want to know, as opposed to like what a celebrity would want to know in order to onboard. And I can also send you the notes that I wrote up for all of this, so you don't have to just remember everything that I said. Moving forward, the page that I had the most issue with understanding was the success story and athlete social token. I think that it's just, you know, I couldn't follow the logic. So after a few days of being listed on the exchange, I didn't understand which exchange it was. Do you have your own exchange? Will it be listed on other exchanges? Just to sort of make the language incredibly clear for what the exchange is. And then the sentence ends, his tokens were sold for more than $50,000. But if you look below, you see the initial token price is 0.006. So reading that and reading that without a logical mind, I would think that the tokens sold for $50,000 each. So I would just want to understand what the exchange is. Was it $50,000 in total for all of the tokens? Just sort of like make sure that investors are super clear about what the price of the tokens were and where they were being listed. I also would, I I don't know, the last sentence here, Davlet's social media activity significantly boosted demand. This is a really good point, and I understand what you're saying. What you're saying is that we have this platform, it is new. If we partner with celebrities that have huge platforms, then they will use their huge platforms to bring the money in, and therefore we will all make more money because they will have the benefit of sharing to their tens or hundreds or thousands of followers. I think that needs to be hammered more into the investor's head, that it's not that you're using, it's not that you guys, you know, I'm trying to think, being the devil's advocate here. You don't want the investor to read this and think most fan has a weak social media, so they're using celebrities. It's more that that is actually the value proposition of the entire thing. It's that it doesn't matter if your own social media presence is weak or not weak, strong or not strong. The entire point is that you're utilizing celebrities' social media as the way to get the tokens, to be seen by more people. The next point that I had in the pitch deck, which is the key features page. Let's see what I wrote, most tokens. Yes, okay, so it's only when you get to the key features page that you mention your own token, the most token. Maybe it was mentioned before, but just as a reader reading it the first time, I didn't know you had a token. And so I would recommend, especially because tokenomics is a very important thing for investors to know. You know, at CoinMarketCap, we're always telling people to do their own research, understand the tokenomics, understand the allocations, understand the lockup period. If most fan has its own token, then for investors, I think it should be in a much more prominent place, higher up in the deck, so that people understand why you have your token, and like I said, what the tokenomics are. Moving on, there is one point here where you promise higher prices. I'm not sure exactly what page it was on, but there's one point that said, basically, if you do this, prices will go up or could go up. Just from my regulatory standpoint, if you have something like that in the deck, US investors are going to be wary because of securities laws. I'm sure you have a legal team telling you about that, but I think that I'll just say it's super important not to promise any that prices will go up in your deck itself. And then the last point is that for your partners, I thought it wasn't very clear who they were. I think in the bottom, those are the partners. If I zoom in a lot, it seems like you guys have screenshots of their pages, but then I look closer and my question is, are you partnering with CAA? Are you partnering with Cameo? And so if you're going to have a partners page, it should be simplest form, you know, just their logos, or don't put any logo in any way on a partners page that is not your partner. You know, again, just for sort of legal reasons, et cetera, reasons. I've seen so many stories in crypto media where a project will claim to partner with someone, and by partnering, that means they're actually, you know, paying to use their product in some way. Like people are always saying, like, we're partnering with Google Cloud. Are you, or are you just a Google Cloud customer? You know, this happens with CMC. People say, oh, we're CMC partners. You're just paying for our API. That's great. We're getting money out of it, but we don't like you telling people you're our partner, just like Google Cloud doesn't like it. And so I think that that's a pitfall you'll want to avoid, especially if you guys do end up being like successful and covered by media like Cointelegraph. You know, those are the kind of things that a good journalist or editor would pick on and sort of pick apart what partnerships you say you have and what partnerships you actually do have. And yeah, that is basically my rundown of the deck. Like I said, that I also can send you. Do you have any questions based on anything that I just said?
No questions, but I just understand that I sent to you the wrong deck. This deck is for the celebrities.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
Sorry.
sense. You can send me the investor one too, and I can take a look.
Yeah, where can I send to you?
Probably Telegram is fastest here. It's this one.
Okay.
Yes, I see you. Okay, you guys can watch me read in real time really quickly.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so same comment I have about the Davlet section. Same question I have about the partners, but you did say you're in the final stage of negotiations, so you're giving yourself wiggle room if something doesn't work out. Definitely good language there. Okay, let me see.
But we are already partnered with some guys. We are working with CAA, and we are now officially partnered with I don't remember their name, engagement sports like this. They are just very big in the UK.
Okay, yeah, I mean, definitely put the partner logos that you have in hand very, very prominently, because people prefer what you have already done as opposed to what you'll promise to do, just in general. Okay, you do have tokenomics, which is good. I mean, I feel like what I can do is after this call, I can send over my notes on sort of like the grammar in this deck that I would want to correct, just like a few words I already see that I would change a little bit, you know, just to avoid sounding like tropes, you know, cutting edge technology, things like that. I think we would want to slash just to make it, you know, as simple as possible. I think that the second page could also be greatly shortened about the social tokens ecosystem, because you want your eye to sort of flow through the page, and my eye is stopping there. But like I said, since you don't want to watch me edit live on a call, I can send that over afterwards. Yeah, so I think, first of all, you've already done what I suggested, which is split it into two decks because you have a celebrity deck and an investor deck. You've already done what I said, which is add the tokenomics, which is really important. Yeah, I think that yeah. Like I said, I can give this a rundown from like the grammatical perspective and, you know, check for things like the passive voice, like what I would call like fluffy words, like cutting edge technology, etc. You know, the thing about the logos. I guess the next thing I can just talk about is the website itself, because that I think there is only one of. I know you guys did not specifically ask for SEO advice, but because I do a little bit of SEO, I ran your site just through a SEO audit tool that I have, just to make sure that from that perspective, Google can find you. It basically had about a 99% positive reaction. There are just a few errors that you guys will want to fix. I recommend just running it through an audit tool yourself. There were a few pages without meta description, a few pages without any H1, which is important for Google to see. And then you don't have a sitemap, which is not 100% necessary, but I could imagine that as your site grows bigger and you start to add more and more celebrities, you're going to want to tell Google the order of things that it should be indexing. And so I would just recommend building a sitemap if you guys have like a technical SEO that would be able to do that for you. Besides that, I really like your website design. I know that's not very constructive criticism by saying I really like something, but my own product on CMC Alexandria has the worst website design I've ever seen of any website. So it's just nice to see a website that is doing what I think that websites should do, which is start with an incredibly catchy image and then scroll down with different font sizes. So you can sort of, like I said, your eye flows through the page. Again, one of the tools that I use, which I don't necessarily think you guys should spend the money on, but potentially you would want to look at maybe cheaper alternatives. I use a tool called Chartbeat for my website that tracks how far users scroll down on the page and when they stop scrolling. Which again is a little bit of like SEO content advice. It might be interesting as you guys keep expanding your page, just simply because it really is a long scroll to see how many users keep going and what they're clicking on. Because in the future, you might want to move up like frequently asked questions if you find that no one is getting to that section and you think it's really important. Your sign up and sign in page is more than 50% down. To me, because I'm interested in social tokens, like I scrolled to the bottom, no questions asked. But it just might be an interesting tool. Like I said, I use Chartbeat. It is expensive. And because you guys are not a media outlet, I'm sure there's like another free version that could help like show what else is on the page. The other thing about the website is, let's see what the rest of my notes. Yeah, there was no other real commentary. There was like one typo I found under frequently asked questions. Frequently is spelled wrong. I can send you just to make a note of that. But there were no real red flags I saw about the website. And I want to say that, I've written some articles way back when about Russian crypto companies that, made everyone have fake names so that they wouldn't look like they had a Russian team. And I think that's very ridiculous. And I'm very happy that you guys have Russians on your team on the homepage, because I really don't like when it looks like projects don't have real people, and you guys are all clearly real people on here. So that's another thing from the content perspective that I would point out is good.
So the first, our celebrity will be Roberto Carlos, and now we are changing some points in our website. We will put Roberto Carlos with his first video about social tokens, about our platform, and this website where like it's just for example how it will work with some celebrities. Like we don't have now Adam Sandler or some other guys, but we are showing just it came from the beta version, and now we are changing it. We will post only the real guys that are onboarded on our platform. It's like Roberto Carlos and JC James and a lot of other celebrities.
Yes, I did not think that you actually had Adam Sandler. It would be cool, but I don't think he's into crypto. Is he? Not yet.
We are the platform that brings the biggest like I like to say that we are the biggest mass adoption platform that bring the new celebrities to the crypto world and new guys, new fans of these celebrities to crypto world. So on the first step, when we are working with the celebrity, we are paying forward to connect them on our platform. That's why it's not a big problem for us to onboard on our platform some guys, some celebrities that are non-cryptos for now.
Yeah, and I do think that is fine. I don't think that everyone that's onboarded necessarily has to be a big crypto person. Like you said, it's a way to connect, it's a way to monetize fandom. And so as long as the celebrities are making money off of it, I mean, I'm sure you've heard all about Steve Aoki. He gave that interview a few weeks ago saying that he's made more money from his NFT sales than he ever has from concerts or CD sales touring. So there clearly is a big market for social fan token.
Yeah. And we want to create this market that for fans for buying some benefits that they cannot buy anywhere. As you know, on the some marketplaces like Amazon or else, there are some kind of products like celebrity. Let me tell you the example. Some guys selling the products that used by celebrities, like I don't know, maybe some dish after the some celebrity eat this dish and they are selling them. And sorry for my English, it's not very good. Or some posters are signed with the celebrities. There are a lot of small markets for the fans that are selling the goods of celebrities. Their second market. They collect from celebrities some signed posters, some signed I don't know, maybe some T-shirts, and they're selling on the marketplaces. But we want to create this centralized marketplace for celebrities. They can sell the goods, they can sell the exclusive benefits, some interactions for their fans, and fans can not only buy, they can tell what they want from this celebrity, what they want from these celebrities.
Yeah, I have some celebrity artifacts myself at home. So yes, I definitely understand the appeal. I think my last question, although you don't have to answer this to investors, but it's just something that I always think about when this has been with NFTs that are linked to a certain thing, like an NFT meet and greet or an NFT signed a t-shirt. If you sell your NFT, does the value go along with it? Can you redeem it like multiple times every time you transfer around this like celebrity meeting? And so I think that, you guys are not doing NFTs, yet. You're doing social tokens, but I think that it might be interesting to sort of have an answer in mind if people, want to trade their fandoms around and how that looks.
We will do the NFTs, but now when we are explaining our platform for celebrities, we are explaining like this. So the company, for example, Tesla, it's a big company, biggest maybe company, and it have shares on the markets. And the fans or users or maybe investors can buy some shares to make money or to help to this project, to this company. But the celebrity that have more followers, more fans than other companies, any company, like for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, he have more than 500 million followers all over the world, know his name, knows who he is, and they cannot have the shares. That's why we create them tokens. It's like share, but we are using the crypto because of the share, the physical, the people who cannot have the share. And when we are explaining, we are saying like, hey, celebrity, you have a lot of fans, you have a lot of followers, but you don't monetize your popularity. You're making money only on your, maybe he's a football player and he have money from the football, and also he have money from the advertisement. That's why it's only the small part of his popularity, and he can make money more than this advertisement or his real money from the football. That's why we are telling him, create your own share, your own economy, and you can make a lot of things.
It's about taking control of yourself to monetize your own popularity.
Yeah.
For celebrities. And I think that like the other half of that is taking control back yourself. And so, like you said, if he gets the salary from the football team, then the football team is the one getting the endorsements and getting the advertising revenue, et cetera, et cetera. So one of the key selling points for the celebrities is that they get to control their own monetization however they want to, as opposed to letting someone else take control, which is the whole point of Web3, I think, as we all know.
Yeah. So thank you, Molly, for giving us some feedbacks, and we are looking forward if you will write some feedbacks more to my TG.
Yeah, I'll send over all the notes that I took on the last deck, and then I'll adapt them for the new deck, and then all the things I said about the website, like the SEO, the tool that I used, and everything there I can send over.
Yeah, also when
Molly,
you will... Yeah, Anton.
Molly, could I ask you one more question?
Of course. Yeah.
I really want to know, how do you think as content creator, what is the main idea of our project should be on our website? So as for now, you see our website, yeah, and how do you think, what is our main idea right now, and what the main idea should be, if you understand what we...
No, yeah, I do understand. I mean, right now, I think that your main idea is a little bit like there's 2 points. One is that if you're a fan of someone, come on our website and then use our tokens to get closer to that celebrity. But then on the other hand, you're also saying, if you're a celebrity, why would you miss up on this opportunity to make all of this more money and connect with your fans on a closer way? So I see the website as appealing to the fans and to the celebrities. I don't know if it could be made more clear, how to sort of merge those two together. You know, people sometimes need things hammered into their brain. You know, I think that one way you could start is by writing at the top of the website, you know, if you're a fan, meet your celebrities here. If you're a celebrity, monetize your fandom here. Because you really
If you
want
are
to be
crypto,
what?
if you are crypto,
Yeah.
just
With
trade it.
just
If you are crypto enthusiast, just trade it.
yes. Yeah, because right now, at least the start of your website, like the first thing you see is you're saying like, this is who we are. And like, maybe you want to say like, this is why we are. This is why you want to use us, as opposed to, you know, this is what a social token is. And I think that, you know, because I come from a background with, you know, journalism and now educational content, I see you guys don't have a blog. You have an About Us section, but, you know, you might want to write a blog post or two that explains this so that users, when they click around, can see more about your mission, and more about why you believe in this vision, that would be longer than something you could just put on a page. If you can't host it on your website, like if you don't want to build like an extra blog, you know, there's always Medium. CoinMarketCap has a new blogging feature. And so if you create an account on CMC as Most Fan, you can actually publish articles there, which would be, you know, a more crypto thing to do. There's also like mirror.xyz, which is like then a blockchain based decentralized blogging platform, just if you don't want to do it on your actual page.
Yeah, we are thinking to create the blog and the news blog also. Now we are posting all the things on the Medium, in the Twitter, and in the Telegram channel. So also, Molly, if you will have some time, can you please look back to our white paper? Maybe something very red flag you'll see there also.
Yeah. Just writing down. Yeah, I can also go through the white paper and tell you any red flags. And keep in mind, because I'm not a big investor, my red flags are going to be like journalism, grammar, like potential marketing logic, because I do like a fair amount of marketing now at this point too. Yeah, I can do that as well.
Also, what do you think? Now we are looking to enter the Binance ecosystem. It's our big mission for now. So we are making all the steps for entering the Binance ecosystem. Maybe you have some, I don't know, for us, предложение, как это будет на английском?
Not advice,
Advice.
offering.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard because, you know, I've never used Binance myself, because I'm a American living in New York. And so I can't use it. Not Binance US. I can't ever trade or use any of the tokens. Completely illegal. I've tried. They deleted my account because they knew who I was. Yeah, I mean, I would say, are you thinking about doing Binance Launchpad or just being listed on the Binance exchange?
Like, you know, there is a fan platform, Chilis. They are starting like with the Binance ecosystem. Now they are separated, and Binance started their own fan tokenization story. And now the social token story, it's only beginning. And we want to enter this story with the big big company like on Baker, and if it will be the Binance, it will be the best opportunity for us.
And you're building on BNB chain, right?
Yeah. Binance are looking for the big celebrities like Cristiano Ronaldo. They are already launched his NFTs, his NFTs, and they are paying a lot of money for mass adoption of crypto, like the TikTok guys, Instagram guys, and that's why I thinking our platform will be the good opportunity for us both for mass adoption the crypto.
I'm looking. I mean, what I know about Binance, at least the BNB chain ecosystem, we publish their, or they publish their, weekly, is it weekly? Yeah, their weekly is ecosystem reports where they highlight ecosystem stars that are building and doing something big. I feel like what would behoove you guys is to try to get into their ecosystem highlights, to try to build something big enough that they would then highlight you as being a builder on BNB chain. I'm trying to see how they figure out who gets to do that. I don't know. Are you guys already in touch with BNB ecosystem people? Like, are you just building in a vacuum?
We are building in a vacuum, and now after the signing the Roberto Carlos, we wanted to connect with BNB labs, Binance labs, and tell them that we are creating something big. Okay,
let me get you an email. I can't make you an intro because we really try to keep CMC and Binance completely separate, but I can at least tell you an email or a Telegram. I'm not sure who yet, but probably BNB chain ecosystem partnerships. I can send you to that in Telegram. Probably not by today, probably by the end of the week. I'll try. I'll try to give you a human.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm just looking around. It would be cool if I could just end this call by like literally giving it to you. But yeah, I'm just not sure because there's so many people. I'll figure it out and I'll send you an email of someone you can reach out to.
Okay, thank you, Molly. So thank you for the call. Thank you for your feedbacks for us, and keep in touch.
I will say tomorrow starts Thanksgiving week in the US. So if I don't send you all of this by today, I might not be able to send it to you till Monday. So I hope that will be okay, just because, Turkey and family are in town.
Yeah, thank you, Molly. Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye, Molly.
Nice to meet you. Bye.